And we live. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Watch On My Reviews. This is your boy James, where I am here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. It may happen this video, not much happened, but joining me as always is my co-host, Mrs. Beth. Y'all say what's up to her.
Hi, good evening. Like, share, subscribe, and thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you for being here. Please subscribe to Mrs. Best's channel. Any reviews or recaps that I do not cover on my channel, it's because we cover on her channel. We have Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop, The Valley. We have Real Housewives of Miami. We do a lot on Mrs. Best's channel as well. So if you guys love those TV shows and want to get our honest opinion or just come for some great commentary, go ahead and subscribe to her channel. Make sure you show my girl some love. And also, while you're subscribing to her, Shana's information is in my description box. Sorry, I was rushing, so I didn't get a chance to put it in the chat. But go to my description box and subscribe to Shana's channel as well. We're trying to get her remonetized so she stays here on YouTube. So please go ahead and do us that solid. Go ahead and subscribe to her channel and tell her your boy James sent you. So, next gen, this is season 1, episode 6, Boardwalk of Shame. So, it is Brooks's birthday, and everyone is planning a trip for him to go to, the Jersey Shore. So the first part of this scene, we have Amira, her boyfriend. I believe his name was like David or something like that. No, that's Brooks' boyfriend. I don't know what her boyfriend's name is. We had Georgia, Ariana, and Hudson. Am I missing somebody? I don't know if Riley was there or not.
Riley was there.
Okay, Riley.
Georgia was there. Georgia's boyfriend was there. Ariana was there. Charlie. One of them other little
Charlie
boys.
wasn't
Pretty
there.
much everyone and their spouse. Well, he's gonna get there, but everyone and their spouse was there.
No, I'm talking about the first scene, the first initial scene with dinner, where they talked about Charlie. Charlie wasn't there at the first initial scene.
I don't know, friend. I smoke a lot of weed. I'm the wrong person to ask.
Omit that from the statement, but Charlie wasn't there talking about Charlie, and they're mentioning, about their conversation he had with Georgia, and Georgia. I don't know if it's hot in New York City at this time of the year. I don't know what's going on, but why do you always look so sweaty and greasy? Like, I need you to get that
Maybe
together.
she's like Serena Williams' colorless husband. Some of them don't use washcloths. So
Is that what
maybe,
it is?
I don't know. I don't look shiny. So I don't know. But I, I I really don't know. But she does always look like she has a stench or is sweaty. Now, it could also be that she's using a really shitty, like, primer or something for her makeup. But yeah, I don't like it.
Oily and greasy and just, yeah, and it looks, I can just smell the onions. I know I can. But anyways, so she's telling them about what Charlie said and everything. And, you know, it comes out that, Charlie likes to pay for things, or Charlie likes to set people up to pay for things, and he always says that he never has a credit card on him. He never has anything, and they're all starting to notice the pattern that he does this with everybody. He'll tell you, "Oh, I'll Apple Pay you," or "I'll do this," or "I'll do that," but never has it on him at the time that they need him to have it on it. So he's pretty much gotten a few people in the group with that same stigma. So they feel like they want to confront him at Brooks's birthday party that's going to happen at the Jersey Shore. But Georgia was like, okay, well, maybe we don't confront him the first day because we want Brooks to enjoy his birthday, but how about we do it on the second day, so at least we at least say it to him at the time. And everyone pretty much agrees. So everyone pretty much agrees with that they'll confront Charlie on the second night and let Brooks enjoy his birthday the first night that they're in the Jersey Shore. So we then get this next scene, where Ariana's setting up her apartment because Kim Zolciak, which is her mother, is coming to visit. Y'all know I do not like Kim. I can't stand her for the life of me. But she bring her cousin Ed looking ass on this TV screen, says, "Oh my God, Ariana, your apartment is so nice and everything." Ariana ain't even got a bed for her, but she has like this beanbag, and she says, "No, mom, you're not staying here. I'm gonna get you a hotel room." And I said, "Ain't that some shit? Where you got to get your own mama a hotel room? That don't make no damn sense."
How broke. This is what I call going from top of the moon to you need to be in line at the social services agency.
Right.
Like, Kim, shame. Why is your daughter getting a hotel room? I would have said no. How about this, daughter? To save you some money from your $10,000 a month rent, let's just find the local Target and I'll sleep on an air mattress. I would have lived to see Kim Zolciak on an air mattress, but I feel like that's the least she could do, especially knowing that she took that girl's money, and she pissed off her own money.
My
I
thing
don't want
is,
Ariana to take care of her mom. It is not our job as children, any of us, as the offspring of our parents. It is not our jobs to take care of them. We do it out of the goodness of our heart and because we want to, but that's not our job. So I just feel like Ariana is going to be the one to like kind of have to care for Kim. I don't like it.
I don't like it either because where the fuck is Brielle? I just didn't watch my mouth. There it is,
But
y'all.
we know
Sorry.
Brielle and Kim are doing that show that's going to be airing soon, the about the plastic surgery, another botched type of show, which is a crazy thing to do with your daughter.
That is the crazy thing to do. Where
Like,
what
Kim
network
is
is it
just
on?
using her kids right now for income.
Which is sad. It's really sad.
Shameful.
Like it's shameful. But Kim lets them know that, or Ariana and Hudson let the world know that basically at this point, Kim and Croy are still in that house, and that they decided to, let the kids know all together that they're getting a divorce. And Kim can't keep up with the utilities or any of the bills in the house. So Ariana gives her the money to make sure that she can, at least be able to live there. And Kim, even in this scene, was like, "I can't wait to get out of that house. Hopefully it sells. Hopefully, because we, you know, she goes, I really need to get out that house." And we know in today's time, there was a marshal that ordered them to get out that house. So we know that that house did not sell like you know. And I just was like, this is so sad. Like, it just is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So then the scene moves on, and Ariana says that, she wants her to go to dinner, and she's gonna invite Riley because Riley also lives in New York, and that they're, back to being best friends. And Ariana makes a joke and says, "I'm gonna go ahead and also invite Candy." And Kim was like, "Oh no, you better not. We're not good. She tried to sue me." And I said, "See, this is what I'm talking about.
She
This
did
is what
sue
I be
you.
talking about. This is what I be talking about with Kim Zolciak."
Privilege.
Yes, thank you. That's not why you and her fell out. Let's be very, very clear. That is not why you and Candy Ben got beyond that. Y'all Ben got past that shit. So for you to sit up here almost 15 years later and bring up that old ass shit is crazy to me. Say the real reason why you and Candy fell out. Say that you came on, what was it, season 10 or season 9? I don't remember. It was season 9, most likely. Starting shit. No, it was season 10. Because that was everyone was mad at Portia over the her patrons. So it was season 10. Just admit you got mad over that shit and they all cussed you out and they had you running. But for you to bring up some old shit like that, no. First of all, you weren't right in that situation. Let's start there. You weren't right in that situation. You knew you could have gave Candy more money for helping your pathetic ass voice actually get some recognition. Because I do believe, like Candy said, $100,000 was all she can confirm that Kim made. I do believe it was a lot more than that too.
The thing of it is, every time that that song was used as the theme song for her show,
Yes.
Candy should have got proceeds. Candy did sue and she did get some type of rights to the song and can profit on it now. So that is a good thing. But it's very strange that Kim would bring that up here being that, like you said, after that situation, she came back to the show and filmed with everybody, including Candy. Candy never left until recently. So it's like it wasn't a problem when you was filming with her. Now suddenly you're bringing this back up. See, Kim wants everybody to feel sorry for her. She's highly manipulative. She's got an addictive personality, and it's clear that she also has a gambling addiction. And I feel like certain things and ways that she behaves, like she still kind of has like this fight or flight mentality. It just seems like she's only concerned for herself.
I agree. 100% agree. This makes me be on Croy's side of the fence. And Croy could be wrong as two left shoes. This makes me be on his side. I'm just saying. I ain't seen nothing that made me believe otherwise. So unless someone has something that y'all want to send me, go ahead and do so. But I'm on Corey's side with this because I feel like Kim is full of shit. So, anyways, we're gonna move on, y'all. So the next thing we're gonna talk about is Brooks's birthday. Um, Ava and Charlie meet up to go shopping. And Ava tells Charlie that she's not able to make it because she has a work event to go to in the Hamptons. And she said that she can possibly make it after the event, but they have to get her size and everything correct for her walkthrough. So she's not going to be able to do it. Charlie is pissed because he says that he's on the outs with pretty much everybody. He's only cool with Brooks and Ava at this time, and Dylan and Shy or Scott or whatever the fuck that little boy's name is that ain't never on the show but in the main cast. But so he's like, damn, we'll try to make it. And so she goes, I will try. And then they started to get weird with shit, talking about let's have some babies because it was like baby clothes and shit. It was like, Charlie, just admit you like Ava, and Ava, just admit you like Charlie, and y'all get together. Ava, I won't judge you because I've seen worse. Mrs. Best, how did you feel about the scene with Ava and Charlie?
The same. We can move on.
Thank you. So it now becomes the day of Brooks' event, his birthday event. Gia is hosting them in the house at the Jersey Shore. And it's a beautiful little vacation rental. I thought they did a good job of picking it out. Um, so in one car, you had Charlie, Chloe, and Brooks in one vehicle. I'm not. Brooks annoyed me. Brooks with that Meredith voice, I cannot take it. I'm sorry, y'all. He sounds exact. Not only does he look like Meredith, but he sounds like Meredith. Even his laugh, and they continue to play him laughing, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm cringing because I know Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is coming on soon. I can't do both. I cannot do Meredith, and I cannot do Brooks. I need to pick one or the other. But in the next vehicle, we have Riley, Ariana, Hudson. Um, was it Amira too and her boyfriend? Yeah, Amira and her boyfriend too. Yeah, they were in the car with them as well. And as they're driving, they're talking, and Charlie sends Georgia a text message, pretty much reading, "Are we still beefing? Like, what's going on or whatever?" And Georgia tells Riley, she goes, I'm not going to answer this. This is Charlie. I'm not going to answer this because I know what this is. This is manipulation. He's trying to make sure he has some allegiance or, it's good with at least a few people here. And he's not good with anybody. So once they get to the house, Brooks, Chloe, and Charlie get there first. And they're pretty much, you know, giving in their rooms. Brooks pulls out this crochet kit and he says, we're all going to make friendship bracelets. And I'm just like, sir, you're 25 years old.
Here's the thing, Brooks can go. I hate to say it. It feels like the he doesn't blend. The housewives kids that are stars, in my opinion, Ariana, she's giving.
Yes.
Ariana is giving. And I'm okay with Riley too. At first I was concerned because Riley has a calmer personality, but she's calm in personality, but she'll also confront you if you come at her with some bullshit. So I feel like Riley and Ariana are doing well. Brooks can go. And so can Chloe, honestly. Um, They don't give anything. Their personalities aren't interesting. They really do come off as just like spoiled housewives kids that had parents that were able to get them a connection, but no shade to Brooks. Like separate from his mom and everything, he's just not interesting to me. Not
He's not,
interesting enough for reality TV.
not in the slightest. Thank you for bringing that up. So Amira and her boyfriend show up to the house without Riley, Georgia, and who else? Oh, Ariana and Hudson. They go to the grocery store. So when Amira gets there and everything, Gia and her boyfriend started making a crab boil. It was looked like the most blandest, most unseasoned seafood I've ever seen in my life. At least with seafood and stuff like that. At least when you go to a restaurant like a Cajun restaurant, you see all of the flavors and juices. That was just water.
See, in the words of Caroline Manzo, who used to be great friends with Gia's mother, Teresa, when Teresa wrote her cookbook, Caroline was not impressed. She said because she questioned Teresa's ability to cook, and she was about as Italian as the Olive Garden, the shade. Gia can't cook. I don't think Teresa can cook either.
I don't think she can either, but anyways, but neither can I. So I mean, that's neither here nor there. But once everything gets there, Amira was like, "Oh, I don't eat seafood. Like seafood's disgusting to me. I'm gonna Uber Eats." And so she Uber Eats some Red Robins. And by the time her food gets there, um, the other people are walking in with the groceries. And Georgia questions, "Why did you get Red Robins? We have all these groceries. Why don't you get something from the refrigerator?" She goes, Amira's like, "I don't want anything from the refrigerator." And then Georgia says, "Oh, the Ozempic is kicking in." And Amira was like, "Oh wow, how disrespectful." And yes, I do agree it was disrespectful and it was, very wrong of Georgia to do that. But Georgia got one of the personalities where you can't take her too serious. You just can't. Like she's always cracking and joking and doesn't take herself seriously because she's always greasy and oily and that hair is stiff. So you can't take Georgia serious. So I understand where Amira was coming from, but I kind of felt like at the same time I wouldn't have gotten that mad. Like Mrs. Best, how would you feel if Georgia said that about you?
What did she say?
Well, remember when Amira didn't like the seafood, and she kind of got her food at the same time that Riley, Georgia, Ariana, and Hudson had bought in the groceries. And Georgia was all like, "Why don't you get something out of the fridge? Like we have plenty of food here." And Amira said, "I don't want the food here. I want my own food." And she said, "Oh, it must be the Ozempic kicking in." And I'm asking,
Oh.
how would you feel? Because it came from, because I said, because it comes from Georgia, I wouldn't have taken that serious. I wouldn't have got mad at all because Georgia looked greasy, grimy, and slimy. So why would I
It's
put
not
that?
that deep. If you don't care and you gonna eat what you eat. If somebody make a comment like that, it's like, okay, whatever, fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna order my burger. The fuck?
Right. That's how I feel.
So
Like,
I'm not gonna harp on it, but I'm gonna be like, ha ha ha, fuck you, and order my burger and my bottomless fries. How about that?
for real. Like, it ain't that serious. Like, Amir got way too offended for me. I was all like, girl, that ain't that damn. Like, look at Georgia.
I mean,
Georgia,
she was hungry.
yeah. Like, what you want her to do? She don't eat seafood. Like, the hell? I wouldn't have ate that shit either.
Mm-mm.
As soon as Gia dumped that on that table, I would have said, "Oh no, I'm good." And y'all know I don't turn down seafood like that. I just don't. But I would have said no to Gia shit too. I you ain't finna play with me because see, if I eat and it tastes bland, yeah, it would have been some problems. Why would you waste good money on seafood like that? That's crazy. But anyways, y'all. So it's the night of Brook events are going to the casino. Um, But before they go, Charlie pulls Georgia to the side and he goes, "Oh, so are we beefing? Are we good?" And Georgia was like, not trying to hear Charlie. Like, she goes, "I'm good. I ain't got nothing against you. I don't have nothing to say to you, but I'm not going to be mean to you. Like, it's pretty much keep your 5 feet from me." So Charlie is pissed. So when he gets in the car with Brooks and Chloe, and I forgot who else was in the damn car with them, he was like, Oh, it was Ariana, not Ariana, Gia and her boyfriend. They were in the same car. And Gia was all like, trying to make the best of it. It's not that big of a deal. Like, and she asked, like, how do you feel? Like, kind of being on the outs and, like, what can you do? Like, pretty much questioning him and, like, trying to make it seem like he's the victim in this situation. I don't know what Gia head game she was trying to pull in that car. But Brooks was like, oh my God, this is so much and I can't take it. And this overgrown boy climbs his ass in the tailgate of this SUV while this man is driving. I'm like, the fuck? Meredith. Uh-uh. Meredith, what did you do? Because this is I know this is Meredith's doing. Why does that boy act like this? Mrs. Best, maybe you can answer Meredith's question. Why does Brooks act like this? I'm so confused. When he climbed his ass in the back of that damn car, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Brooks is doing everything he can for a moment. In my opinion, I don't like it. I don't care for him. Let me tell you this: Meredith went off on Jen Shaw behind her son. But now her son is on a show where he cannot be shielded.
Yeah,
He's boring. I don't care for him. He can go.
that's what I'm saying. He can go. Bye. I ain't got time. So they get to the casino and they're sitting around the table. And when they're sitting around the table and everything, um, Gia's bringing up, Charlie being away from the table and how he doesn't want to associate with anybody in the group. And Charlie outside sitting, talking about, is this the Jersey Shore? Oh, it's nicer than I thought it was going to be. And I'm just looking like, you little spoiled prick. And so Gia tells the table like they need to give Charlie a chance and they need to you guys need to let that go and everything. And Riley said, hold the hell up. Hold on. So she asked Christian, which is Gia's boyfriend, if Charlie told your girlfriend that if she was a man, I would slap the shit out of you, what would you do? And that man said, I would slap the shit out of him. And I said, exactly. So you can't get mad at Georgia for sitting up there and feeling the way that she feels when this man imposed violence against her. Like, that's not cool. And I would think Gia would know better out of everybody sitting at that damn table. But she more of her mama than a lot of people would like to admit because she is just like her mama. You want to turn the blind eye, and I'm gonna give y'all a perfect example how Gia is like, even though this ain't really, I don't think this individual was wrong in this situation, but it just goes to show you everybody else thought she was wrong. But y'all remember when Danielle Staub threw that water on my home girl Marge? Marge poured that water on her, and so she grabbed her and yanked that damn ponytail. That shit lives rent free in my head. But you know what? Teresa, even though Danielle was wrong for that shit, Teresa grabbed her hand and walked out that place and started laughing. And it was like, see, this is why I can't fool with you. Because that's Teresa all over again. Because you defending the wrong motherfucker. You just is. And I don't think I don't think you realize why you're doing it. I just think you feel bad because he's the odd man out. But if you understood why, maybe you understand there's always two sides. Well, there's three sides, but there's their side of what they experience of him, and then it's his actions that kind of prove that. I don't get what Gia is doing in this moment, but it's really pathetic. How did you feel about Gia trying to take up for Charlie in the scene?
She needs to take up a book and a notepad and get to studying because apparently she was found to be a kid who was cheating and plagiarizing essays at Rutgers or whatever school she go to. She's a fraud just like her mama and her daddy.
Damn. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna move on. So, Charlie finally gets to the table. He sits at the end, and this is where Ariana confused me because I don't understand what she was doing. So Ariana was taking a selfie with Brooks because Charlie was sitting at the end of the table. And so she was yelling out, Charlie, getting a selfie, getting a selfie. Georgia notices that that's what Ariana's doing, and she kind of loudly talks to Riley and said, like, that's fake to me. Like, why would she do that, knowing that he said all this stuff about her and everything? And Riley's kind of like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's only a selfie. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Ariana hears Georgia and said, Georgia, what you say? Say it louder. Like, come on over here and say it to me. And so Georgia kind of is still talking. And this is where Ariana gets louder. And she goes, Georgia. And this is where Hudson speaks up as well and says, hey, like, we ain't with all that quiet shit. Like, if you're going to say some shit, just say it out loud. Like, be real about it. And I'm conflicted. And I'm going to ask Mrs. Best her opinion. I also thought that was fake of Ariana. I thought it was very fake of Ariana. I thought that that was very ridiculous of her to do. He does not need to be in a selfie with you and Brooks. It's Brooks's birthday. It's not Charlie's birthday. You don't like Charlie. So why would you want to be in a selfie with him? So I understood that. Now, I would have respected Georgia just a little bit more if Georgia would have said, I'm saying you fake as hell for wanting to get the picture, because then I'd have been like, yeah, because she is. That's really fake. So, Mrs. Best, how did you feel about that part where Ariana asked Charlie to take the selfie?
This where people who are young operate differently from a regular middle-aged adult such as myself. I'm not going to argue with you. When people do stuff, I'm going to be like, okay, got it, noted. I know how to move with you. It's not worth it to go off. It's not worth it to make snarky comments. Like, but I do also feel like, Georgia, don't make comments under your breath. Like, be silent as a whole. But then at the same time, it is fake of Ariana because she been the one going the hardest for Charlie. Now you suddenly want to take a picture with him, which is strange. It doesn't make any type of sense. Um, but I don't know. Ariana might have the mentality of let me just get in where I fit in, get along with who she feels is relevant. But then I don't get it with Charlie because if they all know that he gets an allowance from his dad, who really don't do shit for himself or have nothing to show for himself that his dad did not put forth, like, why are they putting this amount of energy into taking a picture with Charlie, discussing Charlie, getting mad over Charlie? Like, I'm sick of it. Just ignore him.
Exactly. And that's how I feel. So, as the table is arguing, Chloe gets up because she's hired this magician. And she's telling the magician as he's walking the table, look, this table is pretty wild. So, I hope you can turn the mood over. And Brooks looks surprised, and then the episode ends. Y'all, it's a good show. It really is. But I need a different cast. I need to replace a few of these people. Since Guy or Shy or whatever his name is can never make it to any event, he needs to go. I don't know why he's in these pictures. Um, Brooks can go too. I actually want to see Chloe's more.
Ava should just be a friend of, not a cast member, because she is actually active in an elite modeling career. And it has nothing to do with, like, I like how she interacts with everybody. She holds her own. She never, like, lies about something she said. So she's good for the show, but she's also super busy. So she should be demoted to a friend of. But I agree, Brooks needs to go. Um, Charlie, I'm conflicted on if he should stay or go because on one end it's good TV, but then on the other side, I see like a Jax Taylor, Tom Sandoval situation where when you reward bad behavior, which is what happens by him being on this show, he's never going to correct himself.
Yeah.
But then a piece of me don't care because it's entertaining to watch the crash show. But a lot of these people don't need to be on the show. Meredith Marks, the Marks kids, whatever the fuck their names are, all of them can go. They don't work on Salt Lake City and they don't work here. I don't want this family on TV anymore, James.
You said it, not me. 'Cause I'm telling you, I've been ready for them to go. But that was pretty much it, y'all. That was the Next Gen NYC. It was a good episode. I'm thinking next week is going to be better. I want to see when Gia quits the show because we know that she does quit at some point. So I can't wait to see that happen. And that was pretty much it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to both channels because any reviews or recaps that I don't do, Mrs. Best does on her channel. We have one more live to go, and then we'll be done for the evening. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys next time.